Hey, how you doing? It's Clayton Teeny from the First Home Buyer Club. 100 lessons in 100 days. Day 29, lesson 29. Today, what I want to talk about was banks versus brokers. Now, this isn't a one-size-fits-all lesson where you're going to read that you're exactly this or exactly that. However, here's some things that I've discovered over time that why I find that more working with and using mortgage brokers is a really great opportunity to, especially first home buyers, to help them get into the market. Now, I've written down the benefits of both, so I'll show you both sides, and then I'll talk a little bit about pros and a little bit about cons. So benefits of using the banks direct is obviously reduces one step. You don't have to go through a mortgage broker. Second point is that it's generally an easier process when you deal direct with your bank itself, and you'll deal inside the bank. Now, the benefit is that from time to time, the banks, when you deal direct with them, can bundle deals with credit cards and personal loans that you may not get initially with using a mortgage broker. However, that the options are still going to be there no matter what. It's free of charge, which is the same as a mortgage broker. They've got a lot more knowledge on their specific loan types that they offer and the policies inside the banks itself. And another benefit is the time. You don't have to provide pay slips. You do have to provide pay slips, but you might not have to provide bank statements because they can just pull that information directly out. Pros or benefits of using a mortgage broker, you'll get support, and often you'll get support after hours that you may not get direct through the bank. You've got options or choices with different banks and different lenders. So it's not just you've got 3 or 4 different options. You might have 20, 30, 40 different options from the mortgage brokers can use. You'll get home calls. So there's times where actually the mortgage brokers will come to your house to help sign paperwork or assist where, direct in the branch, it wouldn't have been an option. Again, same as when you work with the bank, free of charge. Me personally, I find that mortgage brokers are very hardworking. They'll do a lot of work for you, not only during hours but after hours. And their main goal is to make sure that you're going to get into a home. Now, because a mortgage broker doesn't get paid until they get you into the home, and you're not going to pay extra for them, but they don't get paid until you're in the home. Obviously, it's in their best interest to make sure that you get the best deals, and also that you can get approved. Knowledge. I like to think that a lot of mortgage brokers, especially the ones that we use with, have a lot of knowledge, different banks, different lending criterias, and can often help you out when there's so much information out there. Expertise is another great example of what I see a lot of the mortgage brokers we work with. They're motivated, they work hard for you, and obviously time, because they'll do a lot of the legwork on your behalf in regards to paperwork, looking for the best deals, and then presenting them at the end. Now, cons of both the banks and mortgage brokers. One con for the bank is they're restricted their products. So you might only have 3 or 4 different lending options inside of that bank that you can access. The lack of support, they often just work from 8:30 to 5. So if you need someone on a weekend, you might not get that same support as you would if you were using a mortgage broker. And especially when it's like a stressful period throughout, you want to have that easy access. And in branch only. So a lot of when you work with a bank direct is that they're not going to come to your house. They're not going to get paperwork signed after hours. You're going to have to make that time to get into there, and that's often restrictive. And I don't like to say this last bit, but sometimes you're just a number with the bank. And I've had experiences with mortgage brokers and direct with the bank, and I just find that when I have a mortgage broker worker on my side, they work a little bit harder than when I'm trying to speak to a bank, because there's no one really accountable. You speak to so many different people at a bank. And the last bit of service, that's another con of working direct with the bank. Sometimes you don't get that one-on-one interaction and service you might get with a mortgage broker. All right, some cons with mortgage brokers, because again, nothing's perfect. There are a lot of them out there. So the first con that you got to realize is that are you working with the right one? Because you never know if you are or you aren't working the right one. And obviously, we rely on referrals and introductions and friends of ours to introduce us to the right person itself. The expertise sometimes, because there are so many out there, you might be dealing with the wrong one or someone that's a little bit junior, but they helped one of your mates out and, so you got referred. So sometimes, not all mortgage brokers are the same. I guarantee that there are a lot of mortgage brokers out there that are just making up numbers. And then there's a portion that are just amazing, and I would never recommend not using them. And the mortgage brokers we refer to within First Home Buyer Club, they are definitely in the top tier, and they're worth their weight in gold. One more step. Sometimes it might take a little bit more time with paperwork to get everything done. Although the positive, and bringing back the positives versus negative, that when dealing with the mortgage broker, they're doing all the hard work. So they might ask you to collect another bit of paperwork again, but they're doing all that work and making sure that you're kept accountable, making sure that you're going to get improved to get you into your own home. So there's some pros and cons that I saw, and our business's experience with banks versus brokers. So at the end of the day, you need to weigh up what's best for you. But as I said, good brokers, good mortgage brokers, they're worth their weight in gold. And if you know a good one, you're definitely on the right track. All right, guys, I'm going to put in the comments below the free report that I've done on banks versus brokers. You're more than welcome to read in that in a little bit more detail. All right, happy Monday. See you later. Bye.